Hello, I'm CJ Wellerman. Please don't forget to subscribe to our show. Now let's get into it. Palestinians have been betrayed by the United Nations, Western governments, Arab regimes, and now the International Court of Justice, which failed in its duty to order an immediate ceasefire in Gaza last Friday. But there's one thing that will never fail the Palestinian resistance, and that's the religion of Islam. Now stay with me here, because things are about to get wild. You see, to understand an oppressor's weakness, you first need to identify and understand his greatest fear. And for Israel, a white settler colonial state located in the heart of the Muslim world, its greatest fear is demographics. In other words, Israel fears Muslims or Arabs will change the country's demographics in a way that it can no longer plausibly claim to be a Jewish state. Which is why Israel so brazenly violates international law by refusing 6 million Palestinian refugees their lawfully protected right to return to their homes and land in occupied Palestine. So now that you know this, I want to bring to your attention just two words that stood out for me in this November 18 article. An article that gained a lot of attention because it explains why so many left-leaning Western women have converted to Islam since Israel's genocide in Gaza began nearly 4 months ago. But the two words that were largely overlooked by many commentators were the words Jewish revert, which became one of the most popular hashtags on TikTok, one that has now attracted hundreds of thousands of posts. For me, this is the most remarkable and uplifting story of this conflict because it's one that has gone almost totally unreported until now. You see, the conversion of Israeli Jews to Islam is the sum total of Israel's worst nightmares, because converts not only threaten demographic change, but also become outspoken critics of Israel's genocidal strategies in occupied Palestine, and critics of the way in which the Zionist state has corrupted Judaism.
When I became a Muslim, I was told by somebody that I had turned my back on my people. I had turned my back on my Jewish identity, my Jewish people. However, I'm actually closer to traditional Judaism now as a Muslim than I ever was as a secular liberal Jew.
His testimony is echoed by Jewish journalist Mahdi Majid, who converted to Islam and slammed Israel despite having held close friendships with high-ranking Israeli officials. He said, and I quote, "I was not a Muslim, but now I believe in Islam thanks to God who guided me to find the truth after much research," end quote. Jewish converts to Islam, like him, are now causing Israel real headaches. So much so that a Jewish supremacist organization called Lahava was established to lure Muslim reverts back to Judaism. This group has been charged with terrorism, murder, and assassination. Its leader is Benzi Gopstein.
מדינה יהודית, באנו לפה בשביל להקים מדינה יהודית, ואם הם עושים משהו שלא טוב, זכותנו המלאה לעמוד בצד ולצעוק נגד זה.
When you consider what's happening in Gaza today, it's with great irony that Lahava came to prominence in 2014, the year Israel carried out a 53-day invasion and bombardment of the Palestinian territory, a bloody siege that claimed the lives of more than 2,500 Palestinians and left much of the territory in total ruins. It was in the midst of this violence that a Jewish woman dared to marry a Palestinian Muslim man, sparking nationwide outrage in the state of Israel.
The wedding of Mahmoud Mansour and Moral Malka had all the usual Middle Eastern trappings. Plus something the couple hadn't originally bargained on.
זאת הייתה אמורה להיות חתונה פרטית של בני הזוג, אבל החתונה הזאת מסעירה את המדינה כבר שבוע ימים. בשל כך היא יהודייה והוא ערבי, אז יש כאלה שמתנגדים לקיומה של החתונה הזאת. נמצאים כבר שעות רבות כאן מאות אנשים שמתנגדים לקיומה של החתונה הזאת מהימין הקיצוני.
The co-founder of Lahava says that while the group doesn't know the exact number of conversions taking place in Israel, she says that the number is on the steady rise, and therefore causing great concern among Israeli leaders. Her fears were compounded by testimony from popular Islamic scholar Yasser Qadi, who says that the number of Jewish converts to Islam is growing under the radar in Israel because new converts fear being targeted by Lahava.
Now, when I was in Aqsa, I met a brother there who knew me from online, and he said, "Look, I need to introduce you to a group, but you cannot take any pictures. You have to be on the low. Don't come with anybody, just yourself in Masjid al-Aqsa." And I said, "Who are these?" He said, "We are giving da'wah to some of the Yahud, but we're doing it not publicly. Because if you do it publicly, there's going to be huge trouble. So I said, there are actually converts here in this land? And he told me, this brother, we estimate at least 1,000 people have converted. We know around 300-400. And from those 300-400, we know that there are others. The majority of them are not saying anything to anybody. They come and learn what they need to and then go back to their daily lives.
This is why Lahava is now carrying out violent foot patrols to threaten and intimidate Jews who have entered relationships with Palestinians.
This group, Lava, the dangerous time is when small groups are walking around and want to find Arab people to attack them.
Islam's growing popularity among Jewish Israelis also explains why Israel has carried out multiple violent raids on Islam's third holiest site during the past year. These raids are meant not only to intimidate Palestinian worshippers, but also send a direct message to potential Muslim converts that they will face the full fury of the Jewish state if they renounce Judaism and/or Zionism. The destruction of 80% of Gaza's mosque is also meant to send a similar warning. But it's here that Israel is fighting a losing battle, because even the most ardent Zionists are discovering how Zionism contradicts the teachings of Judaism and how Islam brings its followers closer to God.
Since I went to Jewish school, I was also actually a staunch Zionist. I was super, super pro-Israel. And yeah, I held really closely to my religion and to, I guess, what I thought was my nationality, being Israeli. But at some point I realized that actually accepting Islam and being Muslim and practicing Islam would actually make me a better Jew. And I wasn't separating myself from Judaism. It was the same God.
Her changing attitudes towards Zionism in Israel are echoed by Orthodox Jewish rabbis.
Zionism is basically built up on mistrusting God. Don't believe in God. Don't trust God. From the other side, Judaism is built up on trusting in God. The state of Israel is a rebellion against God, and they will not succeed. They will come to an end. A person who can justify genocide, a person who can commit genocide, I can't count him as a Jew.
This academic research paper says that more and more Jews are converting to Islam for a variety of reasons. And while the study focused on Yemeni Jews living in Israel, it found that they perceive a weakening of Jewish institutions and the growing strength of Islam around the world. But as for Israeli Jews of European descent, many are now discovering the lies they've been fed about Islam and the Palestinians via the genocide in Gaza.
As I keep researching and learning about what's happening in Palestine right now, I can't stop crying.
This is a call-in to all Jews who support Palestine. When did you realize that the Zionist mythology of Israel was a lie?
And why do so many Jews support Israel despite it committing war crimes against Palestinians? And the truth is, we're not fed accurate information.
If this doesn't give you reason to be hopeful and optimistic about the future of Palestine, then I'm not sure what will. Because there's no denying that the world is experiencing a transformational moment, one that's partly inspired by the shining light of Islam, a light now seen by Jews who previously saw only darkness due to the pervasiveness of Zionist lies and propaganda. The world is changing, you can feel it, and this program will continue to fight until every Palestinian is free. Anyway, that's my time for today. Please don't forget to subscribe to this channel, and we kindly ask you please support our effort to expose and confront injustices in the Muslim world by becoming a member of this show at patreon.com/CJWerleman. We can't produce, sustain and grow this show without your help, and we offer exclusive benefits to those who do. But for now, good morning, good night, wherever you are, and stay blessed.